In this video, you'll find out how the techniques I teach made a dramatic difference to the impact Rebecca Michael has with her presentations. Rebecca works for a global auditing firm and is the assistant manager in the compliance department. She was asked to present to all the offices in Europe on anti-money laundering legislation. Rebecca delivered her first presentation in Cyprus to 30 colleagues. Her 2-hour presentation was a huge struggle as she tried to keep people's attention. Some left the room well before she'd finished. Others just looked down, or worse, gave her this blank stare. She saw a colleague play with his mobile. Her manager, Mary Tomaso, was sitting in the audience, frowning and taking notes. As the presentation progressed, Rebecca felt more and more isolated, but she forced herself to hurry on and just plow through the slides. After the presentation, her manager invited her for a chat. Mary was concerned about Rebecca's presentations to the rest of the European officers and suggested that she should try a coaching session with me. A week later, I met with Rebecca and we identified some communication blocks. Rebecca was afraid of boring her audience with a subject she considered very dry. She also considered the presentation a waste of time, as she felt all the information was available online. She knew that many of her colleagues disliked the anti-money laundering procedures as they created awkward situations with clients and delayed their ability to offer good service to clients. We worked together to identify a viewpoint that would help the flow of communication. We specified what Rebecca wanted from her colleagues as a result of this presentation. We found ways to connect the presentation to the audience's real-life challenges and work. Rebecca identified that the ultimate purpose of anti-money laundering, and therefore her presentation, was to create a better world for many who at the moment are victims of drug abuse, human trafficking, or other crimes. She realized that beyond the bare facts of the legislation, her presentation was about helping her colleagues handle the tremendous pressures they have when trying to comply with the legislation. Her eyes lit up and she started coming up with ideas of what she could be covering during her presentation. Suddenly, she looked a lot happier than when we had first met. It was a beautiful moment. She went away, redesigned the whole presentation, and invited me to watch her present it to Mary and a few other trusted colleagues. Mary was delighted, and Rebecca went on to deliver her presentation to all the officers of the region. My work with Rebecca helped her overcome the most common stumbling blocks presenters have. In the next videos, we will identify each of these stumbling blocks and how to remove them.